Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 22 of my Moncton Navigators franchise here on East Coast Gaming. We are here at the start of year 5, ready to start our Cup defense here. We did win the Cup in year 4 last year, and we're looking to be the first team since the Pittsburgh Penguins, unless I think somebody might have repeated, actually. Yeah, the Capitals did 2 years in a row, so never mind. But we're looking to become the second straight repeat champion after the Capitals in 21-22 and 22-23. We will do so with pretty much the same squad that we had last year for the Cup run. I debated making some changes in the offseason. On that third line, I was talking about maybe trading Velarde or Grundstrom. Maybe trading Ovechkin. The only difference right now would be Kyra in the 12 forwards. That was Delorier, but he was getting up there in age and really down in overall. So Kyra, that's a +3. And the only change is really we got Muzzin in the offseason here for the bottom pairing. We let go of Parayko. And that was because we wanted to give some playing time here to Andrew Nielsen, who was my 7th defenseman last year, but he, with Bouchard on that second line, gets the +5, and we can give Hedman here, who is basically Parayko 2.0. We can give him some first line minutes here. With Sergachev on the top pairing. Quite odd to see that Sergachev went down in overall. I got a couple of guys that went down in overall after winning a cup, which is a bit strange. But nonetheless, I didn't want to make a lot of changes because this team deserves to be back. So the only changes would be Muzzin, Kara, and in the goalie department, our young Jalen Appleby, 22 years old, will be the backup goaltender for this year. Markstrom is signed for 1 more year. We signed him to a 1-year contract, and I'm hoping that Appleby can make the jump a couple of overall points and become the starting goalie after next season. This season will be his first taste. Kind of like I'm thinking like a Thatcher Demko or something like that. That's what I'm thinking of right now. Really good on the glove high. Don't shoot there, my goodness. 97. Whew. So we're hoping to get him into some games and see how he's going to do here at the NHL level. And that's it. Who's my scratch players? Oh, okay. Yeah, forward defenseman. Do we have any nice prospects here that I'm forgetting about? Grattan, 76 overall, a little left wing sniper. Engren would be a nice prospect. Other than that, Gouli and Kasparaitis here are the top pairing. So these guys we're going to have to watch for in a couple. Gouli's 22. Kasparaitis is 21. They might get the call up sooner rather than later. But without further ado here, we are going to go into game number 1 of the season versus the Florida Panthers. Division rival here, so we'll real-time sim this one. All right, let's get into it. First period, all right, 1-1. Cedric Paquette, who was absolutely amazing last year on that fourth line. He gets the first goal of the season for the Navigators. They come back with a goal from Eric Howla. And they take the lead on a goal by Brett Connolly here. And third period, let's see. We only have 12 shots right now. I hope we don't go into like some type of cup hangover or something. Been partying all summer or whatever and we can't play. But we only have 15 shots up to this point. Can we tie it late? Tying it late? No. Silverberg scores an empty net goal. And the Florida Panthers knock off the Navigators here, which is, I guess it's just one game, but we'll simulate a few games ahead here to this. Where can we simulate here to this Boston game, maybe? Yeah, we'll simulate up to Boston here. So let's see. Was that a fluke? Oh, a loss to Calgary again. Want to give us Cam Atkinson. Central Scouting, I think we checked that in the last video. Khalil, a sniper. Would be decent to have. Mikko Koivu, though. Oh, well, I guess Mikko Koivu was pretty underrated in his time, but a center sniper, that would be strange. All right, a win against Ottawa here. Can we get back to 500? We do, with a shootout win versus the Canucks. We're getting a lot of trade offers here. Kovalchuk, Ilya Kovalchuk. No, I don't want to give up one of my best prospects for Ilya Kovalchuk. The Sharks, it's a shootout loss. The Jets, overtime win. A loss there, but an 8-3 win versus the Minnesota Wild. And a shootout win there. Carolina 7-2. Ekholm, no. I'm just going to keep rolling with these guys. 7-5 win against Carolina. The Islanders are terrible this season. We get 2 wins there back-to-back. Islanders and Buffalo. Speaking of Buffalo, I don't know what's happening with them in real life, but my goodness, it's a dumpster fire. They've had so many good players picked in that organization. Eichel, Reinhart, Dahlin. They just can't seem to get things going. I don't understand it. I don't know if it's negativity in the room, or I don't want to accuse them of anything. I don't even know what's going on there, obviously, but my goodness, it's kind of sad to see. It is kind of sad to see, because for good players like Eichel, like Reinhart, I was a big fan of Reinhart. Dahlin, I mean, they got to get to winning soon here. That being said, while I'm rambling about Buffalo here, we've been on an absolute tear. We've gotten points in all the games since that New Jersey game here. And now at that Boston game, we are 12-3-3, so that makes 18 games. So in 18 games, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Ovechkin is 23 points. Alex Ovechkin leading the way here, plus 12, and it's nice to see that Perfetti is also point per game. 18 points in 18 games. That's an upgrade from last year for sure. Bouchard has 18 points in 18 games playing with Nielsen. That is ridiculous. And that is awesome to see, because we just signed him to a 4-year contract for $5.7 million. Sanford, Lazarev, and Wright are all doing their part on that first line. Almost point per game. Just can't complain about that. Sergachev, and look at that, Andrew Nielsen, a defensive defenseman on that second line, has 11 points. Paquette has 10. Paquette has been ridiculous for me. 34 points last year. 10 points now with the Navigators early on here. I mean, excuse me. I mean, what more can you ask from your fourth line centerman? Hathaway with 8 points. Velarde, see, that's... Ooh, Costin is having a pretty terrible time there on that second line. That's weird. Ovechkin's got 23 points and he has 5. Only has 2 points now in 18 games. But, yeah, so far it's the third line. The third line... just going to need a change of scenery if this keeps going. Alright, so we'll real-time simulate that Boston game with Jack Edwards in the booth. I mean, I'm sure he's nice as a person, but there's not an announcer that I hate more than Jack Edwards. Oh, Costin on the power play, so that's good, but Subban and Pasternak. Lazarev and Muzzin. Timo Meier gets one. Can we put one over on Jack Edwards and the Boston Bruins? Ooh, they have a power play. And they do score on that power play. Regier. Oh, Jack Edwards is laughing at me right now. Studnicka, who looks like a really good player, to be honest, in real life. It's looking like a solid piece. Nice prospect. 35 shots. Oh, we get one late on Korpisalo, but that's it. Studnicka's goal ends up being the game winner, and right now we're 0-2 in real-time simulation in this season, so might have to stop doing that. All right, so we'll simulate. Well, I guess we'll simulate ahead a couple of games here. We'll go to a game against. Do I want to go to a game against Ottawa? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Game against Ottawa here. 5-3 loss to the Capitals. Tampa Bay, can we beat Tampa Bay? No, it's another 5-3 loss. It's 3 losses in a row, but we get a shootout win in Montreal. Turgeon and Engren for Ellis. Nope. (2-0) win in LA. Columbus, that's an overtime loss, but I don't mind those once in a while. A little bit of overtime action. I obviously love to get the win, but Pittsburgh with a 4-3 win. Khalil is still number 1. Dostal, he's a decent goaltending prospect, is he? Starter, 78 overall. We don't need that, though. That'd have been good, though. Gooley, Regan. No, Gooley for Nicholas Petan. Get out of here. But, yeah, for realism's sake there. Oh, my goodness. Lazarev injured. Doesn't seem too bad. Not going to want to take that contract, Dostal, because we already have our prospects. Oh, okay. So Ovechkin, Wright. Let's go with that. Ovechkin, Wright, and Kostin. And Perfetti, Grundstrom, and Sanford. Hoglander, Velarde. No, I'll put Spacek, and then Hathaway, Paquette, Khaira. All right, let's keep it going here. Oh, I want to check on defense. Oh, yeah. What is he doing? He still has 11 points. Bouchard dropped off a bit, but that's not that bad. Leclerc and Engren for Ellis. We'll save moves like that for the deadline if we're in a position here to repeat it. Oh my goodness, a 9-3 win against the Coyotes. Nielsen has been injured. Van de Sample. Yeah, I can't have that. Let's put Muzzin with Sergachev, Hedman, Bouchard, Van de Sample, Myers. Win and a shootout loss there real quick. Now Colorado, that's another shootout loss. Nielsen's back. All right, let's keep it going. The Rangers, that's a loss. Leclerc in a second for DeBrusk in a third. Lazarev is back. That's big. That's big. He gets injured quite a bit, Lazarev does. Grundstrom fits really well in that second line. It's too bad, though. All right, so that's good. A Florida win. Calgary, my favorite team, it's a shootout loss. And Ottawa. Ottawa has a terrible record, so hopefully we can break this streak here of 0-2 in real-time simulations. First period, 2-0 for Moncton. Lazarev and Klim Kostin, he looks to be heating up here. I should check the stats. Second period, still 2-0, and we put 3 on them in the third period there. Lazarev again, Grundstrom, and Ulf Hedman on the back end gets maybe his first goal of the season. And we beat the Senators 5-0. It's 20 wins on the season. We're in first place in our division. Let's go against the Vancouver Canucks here. And we keep this winning streak going. 2-0 again. Bouchard and Wright. 3-0. Goal from Grundstrom. The third line, too, looks to be doing better. And Horvat and Cahoon, but Hedman again gets 2 goals in as many games here. 2 goals in 2 games for Hedman. And Velarde's injured. Velarde. So, Velarde. I want to keep that grind line together. So Spacek, I guess, will get... Oh, why are they +5 now? They have now turned into a +5. Is that a glitch or something? And we'll fix the defensive pairings here. Nielsen, get your ass in here. All right, so... Oh, and actually, I should check. What is Appleby doing? Oh, never mind. When we lose, I'll go check, I guess. Oh, my goodness. I did all of that for that. He's out like 2 days. Maximum. Oh, I hate when the game does that. I absolutely hate it. Now I have to fix all this again. Nielsen, get back in there. The Sharks are doing really good, actually. 23-11-1. We're 21-7-7. And oh my goodness, that is a high-scoring first period. They have Hurdle, Trocheck, and that's right, we traded them Colton Parayko. So the Parayko scores against his former team, and now Appleby's in the net. Ovechkin and Grundstrom, can we make a comeback here? Not looking like it. Oh my goodness, they only had 17 shots. Come on. Come on. Show some fight here. No, it's not. Malkin is now in San Jose. We'll just sim the rest, yeah. 5-2 loss. All right, so that's it. Grundstrom's now injured. It's probably going to be for like 4 days. Really frustrating. Spacek, get in there, I guess. All right, so let's go check out the stats, shall we? See if there's... Wright is now our leading scorer, so the second line must have dropped off quite a bit here. Wright is your leading scorers. Sanford and Lazarev. Yeah, so that first line has taken over the second line, even though Ovechkin still has 22 goals. He's dropping off in overall, too. Perfetti, 32 points in 36 games. Sergachev and Bouchard are studs on the back end there. Grundstrom, Kostin has been doing a little better recently. Paquette, he hasn't had a lot of points in the last few games, but it's to be expected. Velarde's a -5. Grundstrom's a -6. What's Hoglander doing? He's a -7. That's the problem right now, folks. That's the problem right now. It's that third line. That third line. Oh, that third line. All right, so let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Oh, I didn't go check Appleby's stats for the year. I Always forget about that. The goalies. How are the goalies doing? Goalies. So Markstrom 17, 8, and 5. And Appleby has some awesome stats in limited playing time. 7 games. 236. Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. I don't know if that would stunt his growth, or would it stunt his growth being the backup at 7 games played, or how does that work? Should I let him be the starter at 81 overall for a year and then see the growth after that, or it's a weird question. 7-4 win here against the Winnipeg Jets, and we roll into New Jersey. Kessel, Anderson, and that would be interesting to check out later. Kessel, Anderson, Mangiapane for Gooley and a second-round pick. New Jersey, that's a 3-0 win. Bouchard has a sore foot. Poor baby, a sore foot. Now you're going to make me do the whole lines for this with a sore foot. Van de Sample, I'm going to keep you on that line. Grundstrom's back. No, actually, I don't even need to sub him out. Grundstrom, is he a left winger? Who I'm playing on the right? Left winger that I'm playing on the right. So Minnesota, 5-2 win against Minnesota. 7-3 win against the Chicago Blackhawks. Bouchard's back already. This team is clicking, man. This team is firing on all cylinders here. We're primed, pumped up to defend the title. All right. Carolina, 26-12, and we get a win there. The Islanders are god-awful this year, but we still lose. And we lose to the Sabres, who are also under 500. That's weird. Okay. Detroit, get a win in Detroit. We get a win in Toronto. 28, 9, and 8. Khalil's looking really good. Let's check his stats. Yeah, he's definitely a sniper. A center sniper. That's be good to have. That's why players like Lafreniere I find are hard, because they're playmakers on the wing. But with a player like that, a center sniper, that makes it a lot easier. Can we get to 30 regulation wins before 10 regulation losses? No, we get shut out by the Nashville Predators. And we lose to the Philadelphia Flyers. We get our 30th win there in Anaheim, or against Anaheim. Nielsen's injured now with, guess what? A sore foot. I just wish that there would be like some type of mechanic where they'd replace that just since it's a couple days. Boston, an overtime loss against Jack Edwards again. A win against the Capitals and a loss against the Lightning, who were chasing us. That wouldn't be bad, though, having 2+3s, but then Sanford goes on that line, and he doesn't fit on that line either. Is it realistic to trade Ovechkin at this point? He doesn't fit on the team, and then put Grundstrom on the second line. Like, there's ton of options that I'm gonna have to weigh here. Gonna have to look at Van de Sample, Nielsen, get back in there. Montreal. So before I simulate the last little stretch here to the trade deadline, let's check out the stats. So Wright is still leading the team in scoring, just above a point per game. I'm assuming Lazarev's probably above a point per game too, 48 and 47. Yeah, Ovechkin is 32 goals. Is that leading the NHL? Go check. Sanford has been awesome on this team. Zach Sanford. Perfetti, 46 points. Sergachev is having a Norris campaign. Velarde. Oh, Velarde's now a +4. So that line got better. Hoglander, what's he like? Yeah, +2. The line got better. The line got better. And Paquette still having a good season. Okay, so we might want to look at upgrading that line. Costin, we might want to look at upgrading Costin also, because he's a 0. No, actually, sorry, he's +15. I can't understand why Perfetti and Ovechkin are dominating, and Costin's at 22 points in 52 games. It's weird. Let's check out who's leading the NHL here. Entire league, Draisaitl and McDavid. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that would have been the combo? And I thought that Sergachev might be having a Norris season, but John Carlson is third in scoring amongst all players. 68 points in 52 games. That is ridiculous. McKinnon, Tarasenko. So now I don't even think Ovechkin is third in goal scoring behind Tarasenko and McKinnon. And defenseman, I mean, Sergachev's got to be up there, you would think. He's fourth behind Morgan Rielly, Erik Karlsson, and John Carlson. Goalies, how's Markstrom doing? Yeah, he's doing good. 23-9-7. 23-9-7. Alright, so let's real-time simulate this game against the Canadiens at the Avenir Center here in Moncton. First period, take the lead with a goal from Hoglander. Second period, 2 power play goals from Ovechkin and Lazarev. And they get a goal from Jesperi Kotkaniemi. And oh my god, we tack on. Lazarev scores a hat-trick. Ovechkin is 2. And Moncton beats the Canadiens 6-2. Now let's keep this going, guys. We're first in our division by a lot. Yeah, by 9 points now. And we're second in the league. Sorry, I was going to say first, but the Avalanche have a better record than we do. All right. Kings versus Navigators here. The Kings, take a 2-0 lead. Barkov is now in LA. Pavelski also in LA. 3-0 on a goal by Louis. I think that's a really high draft pick. And we ruined the shutout here, Jujhar Khaira, but we lose to the LA Kings. So our sim record isn't so great, which kind of has me scared for the playoffs, but let's simulate this game against the Rangers real quick, and I'll be able to show you a bit of gameplay. 4-2 win against Torts. 4-3 shootout win against the Penguins. Schmidt, Timashov, and Patan for Kasparaitis and a second. No, none of that. Not interested in that. 3-0 win against the Blues. Ovechkin's injured with a concussion. Ooh. So we'll just take Grundstrom, put him there. And we'll put Spacek here on the wing. Yeah, he fits really well in that line. Plus minus a -5. Oh. Oh yeah, now I screwed it up. Defensive pairings too. He's doing decent, but a 210 goals against average. We'll have to let him start next season no matter what here. Turgeon and Gouldy for Andre Cash and Josh Manson. This looks like we have a lot of cap space, actually. It's looking like we have some cap space to spare. Sergachev injured with a sore foot again. My goodness, everybody is sore feet in Moncton. What's going on? Too much shocker before the game, or it's ridiculous the number of injuries we've gotten. Nielsen, Bouchard. Dallas, a 4-2 loss against Dallas. In Colorado, the best team in the league. We get a shootout win against Colorado. And here we are at the New York Rangers, the last game before the trade deadline. So why don't we hop in for a bit of Navigators action here. A 2-0 lead, 3-0. I will hop in. 14 shots. 3-1. Lazarev gets one back on the power play here. All right, we'll hop in here with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left. See if the Navigators. And you know what? Why don't we put our sick alternate jersey? I don't even know if I showed you my alternate jerseys. I usually pride myself on making the weirdest looking alternate jersey imaginable. All right, let's start that up. All right, so here we are, 4 minutes and 46 seconds left. Gooley. Oh, that would have been nice. We would have had that turnover there. Oh, is that Pacioretty? Pacioretty lights me up here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So 4-1. I'd say this is 1 for the New York Rangers. I'd say they're definitely going to beat us here. It's just a matter of, can we get a goal? Can we get a goal to show the fans here in our alternate jerseys? Lazarev. What a terrible shot. So our coach, I always forget what his name is, but our Stanley Cup winning coach there. Wright is terrible on the face-offs. I feel like he loses every face-off I watch him take. Oh, that's a nice turnover. Come on. Oh! Ladipov with a nice save there. So they're putting Perfetti, Kostin, and Grundstrom. I'm calling it now. Perfetti and now to Grundstrom. No. That set play off the face-off, getting the puck back to the defenseman and then to the winger. Works a lot. You should have just used the speed there, but never mind. Kostin. There it is. At least we got a goal out of it here. The Navigators, Klim Kostin scores on a pass by Cole Perfetti with about 50 seconds left in the game. 51.2. Definitely not making that comeback, but Vitaly Kravtsov. Oh, what a terrible penalty to take. Appleby's in net. So they have Shane Bowers, Blake Wheeler, and Elias Anderson still with the Rangers in this universe. He was a bit of a bust. I feel bad for him. Nice save there by Appleby, and they get the clear. All right. It's kind of annoying that they got a penalty now with like 30 seconds left and the game's over. Oh, clears it right into the bench. Let's get the second. He's an offensive defenseman. What is he doing on the penalty kill? Grundstrom and Kara. Off the hop here. Kara loses the draw. Fox to Pacioretty to Kakko. Pacioretty. Let's clear it one more time here. Okay, that'll do. That'll do, I think. Hedel. I don't know how to say that. Chittle, Hedel. Oh. Capo Kakko. It's a goal there with 2 seconds left And the Navigators are going to lose this one. Our record in simulation is not awesome this year. And I mean, like in real-time simulation, which is kind of worrisome for the playoffs because I usually real-time sim every game in the playoffs. But yeah, a 5-2 defeat at the hands of the New York Rangers here. So let's get back to the menu here. As you would know if you watch the other videos, this is where I usually end off my season sim before getting into the trade deadline. We have a record of 37, 15, and 10. 37, 15, and 10, which is awesome. So let's dive into the stats. What can we improve on here looking at the trade deadline? So Wright is still leading the team here with 49 helpers on the year. So you have Wright, Lazarev, Sanford, Ovechkin. So that first line is definitely clicking. Look at that, plus 32, plus 34, and plus 28. They're definitely clicking. Ovechkin, Perfetti, and then we have Sergachev and Bouchard, our two studs on the back end there. Hedman and Nielsen allow them to play a little more offensively, which is good. Sergachev, Bouchard, Grundstrom, who is a weird character right now. He's a -5. So do we? That's our third line right here. Grundstrom, Hoglander, and Velarde. 31, 28, 27 points. Is their production down from last year? No, I'd say they're about at the same pace, but they're doing a lot worse in terms of plus minus. +2. I mean, they're on a stacked team here in Moncton. So Hoglander is doing good. I've been saying now for a couple of years that's the line that kills us, and well, they're kind of proving it right now. I wouldn't say they're killing us. They're not playing badly, but just compared to the other lines, they're not dominating. Costin is another weird individual. He is a weird individual. 54 back-to-back 50-point seasons, and now he's back at 26 points, and he's playing on a line with Alexander Ovechkin and Cole Perfetti. So I can't seem to understand why he's not producing as much. Is it like dumb luck, or he's on the power play too? Like, I can't seem to figure him out. He's got 26 points. Do we move on from him possibly? He does give a lot of chemistry on that second line. Paquette is doing good. Muzzin, Kara, Hathaway. Is it Kara? I have trouble saying that. Jujar, Kara. Please correct me if I'm wrong on the pronunciation. Andrew Nielsen. I don't want to be wrong on anybody's. Hathaway, Myers, Nielsen, Hedman with 8 points. He's our defensive D-man. That's what he does. He hasn't. What's his career high? I was curious. 15 points. He's a career high 15 points last year. So that's what he does. He makes a living out of it. Hedman, Spacek is 7 points in 12 games. That's decent. All right, so that's where the skaters stand. And now for the goaltenders, Markstrom save percentage has dropped. Appleby has been outplaying him in terms of save percentage and goals against average. He does have a shutout too. I think next year will be Jalen Appleby's year. I think next year he steps in as the starter for this franchise. And just to check out the statistics here, the Navigators are 7 points up on the Tampa Bay Lightning despite having the same amount of wins. We have 10 overtime losses, which I don't even know if it's really a good thing or a bad thing, and we are first in the NHL right now, 1 point up on the Colorado Avalanche. Is there anything distinctive about us that we could improve on? We're second in goals for, so definitely not that. We are tied for 4th in goals against per game, so that's good too. Our power play sucks. Our power play, well, I wouldn't say sucks, but they're not, say, 29.9 for the Oilers. We have a lot of offensive weapons too, so why are we down here in power play percentage? 17.9. Shorthanded goals against me 7. That almost leads the league. How come we have 7 shorthanded? Our power play needs some help. Our special teams in general, our PK isn't ridiculously good. It's not that bad though. 80.8. I'd say it's about middle of the pack, but that's what we need. We need better special teams. Better special teams. What does our special teams? What does our power play and our penalty kill look like here? Let's go check it out here. Power play. So Perfetti, Wright, Lazarev, Lazarev, Bouchard. How? This is really pissing me off here. You're telling me, and Grundstrom of course screws up the power play. You're telling me that we have Alex Ovechkin, the greatest goal scorer of all time, on the roster. Or is he injured? Oh yeah, he must be injured. That's why he's not there. I was going to say, it's ridiculous that Alex Ovechkin would not be on this power play. So Bouchard's probably on the first line, yeah. Is there anybody else except for maybe Van de Sample that we can put out there? Well, we have Lazarev for... Does Velarde have a good shot? Does he have a good shot? It's decent. I'd say he's probably better out there than Van de Sample. Is Klim Kostin on the power play? He is. Unless we put like maybe a Hoglander. No, his shot's terrible. Let's put Velarde. Well, not terrible, but all right. Oh, he already was there. All right, well then let's put I guess we can try a Hoglander on the power play. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Wait till Ovechkin. Who's on the penalty kill? Velarde, Paquette, Grundstrom, and Kara. Of course, Grundstrom's a good fit on the PK. Who's bad fit? See, why is Van de Sample there? An offensive D-man. And you're telling me we have Ulf Hedman on the bench on the PK. He's a defensive... You're telling me we have Ulf Hedman on the bench for the PK. Come on. This is killing me. This simulation is killing me. Ulf Hedman, our defensive defenseman. And he goes from that went from like a -3 to a 0. Come on. All right, so I might actually I'll go suggest a couple of trades there for you guys before I end the episode. So I'll go off screen a bit and I'll look at maybe some potential trades that we could pull off to shore up this Moncton Navigators roster for the playoff push. So I'll be right back here. I'm just going to go off camera a sec. Alright, so this is one of the best deals that I've found thus far, and it would be with our division rival, the Ottawa Senators. We'd be sending Gabe Velarde, my third line center who doesn't fit on my third line, and Mark Turgeon, an elite goalie, medium elite potential goaltender, for Drake Batherson, who fits on forward line 3 in my penalty kill. Troy Stecher, who fits on all defensive pairings and all penalty kill lines, and a third-round pick here. Basically, the logic behind it is that Velarde only has a year left on his contract, and there's no guarantee that he's going to want to sign long-term with the Ottawa Senators after this deal is made. And I mean, they're kind of taking a gamble on it because they're giving up Batherson, who still has 2 years left on his deal, and they're giving up Stecher, who has 2 years left on his deal. And they don't even know if they're going to be able to sign Velarde. So that's where Turgeon comes in, because even if they fail to sign Velarde to a long-term contract, they still get a medium elite goaltending prospect. And actually, I don't know if I'd rather choose Turgeon or I have another one that I got. They probably have the same, Turgeon or Leclerc. Probably, actually, I'd much rather part ways with Leclerc, and the only reason behind that is because Turgeon was the last pick of the draft, the absolute last pick of the draft, and I'm really happy to. It's not a realistic reason, it's just that I'm happy with that steal. So Leclerc and Velarde, maybe, for Batherson, Stecher, and a third. Leclerc is like Turgeon. He's also a medium elite. I haven't signed him yet, and he's a year younger, 3 overall points less. So far, that would be the best trade that I've found. I'm going to keep looking there for a bit, but this is on the table. This is one of the best deals that I've found. And also, I mean, for a 17, 33, and 11 team, they do have quite a bit of cap. I mean, this would give them a bit more cap flexibility here for a rebuilding Ottawa Senators team. So that's one deal that I'd maybe put through there. All right, let's go check out for more trades. I'll see you in a bit. All right, another option that I would consider would be Velarde and Leclerc again for Cody Glass, and I might throw in a little draft pick there, but to be honest with you, I'd have to overpay for Glass because he's signed to a 4-year deal worth $6.445 million. It's a pretty good deal for a good caliber player like that. So that's another deal that I might take a look at here. Vegas Golden Knights are 25, 30, and 6. He would also fit on forward line 3 and all penalty killing lines. So that's an upgrade over Batherson, but I don't get the help of like a Stecher-like defenseman unless they have one. Do they have one? They might have one. Nate Schmidt. I could take Nate Schmidt from them. He fits on defensive pairing 3. So maybe take Nate Schmidt for the year. He fits on defensive pairing 3. Petrie fits on all defensive pairings. So we got a couple options down here. Schmidt, Miller, or Petrie. Schmidt ideally would be the best one because they want to give him up. So that would be another potential deal here that I could definitely take a look at here. Glass and Schmidt. Schmidt would be a rental. I wouldn't be keeping him. But we do have Gooley and we have Kasparaitis. So that would be another deal. Not sure which one I like better, to be completely honest with you. All right, we're gonna go check out if there's any more deals with the remaining NHL teams. I don't think there will be, but let's go check it out. All right, so those were the 2 deals that I found that made the most sense. There was another deal for 22-year-old Vasily Ponomarev from the Carolina Hurricanes. However, I don't think that one makes a ton of sense. The Hurricanes are in a playoff spot. They'd upgrade technically getting Velarde for Ponomarev. who's 82 or 83 overall. Ponomarev fits better on our third line, but it doesn't make sense for us to regress that bad and give a better player to a rival to get a younger guy unless we're not tanking, we're rebuilding. Unless we're rebuilding, which we are not doing here in Moncton. We're trying to win a cup. So I can't see that deal would make a whole lot of sense. Let me know in the comments which trade you liked better. I'm currently leaning more on the Vegas one. Glass is a better play than Batherson, and I think Schmidt would help a lot more than Stetcher. And we're not stuck with Stetcher. We're not stuck with Schmidt for another year after this, and then we can bring up probably like a prospect, say because if we do that deal, we get an upgrade on the back end. I definitely will have to trade either Philippe Myers or I guess it's hard to trade Jake Muzzin. So probably Philippe Myers would depart his hometown of Moncton for a pick or two, just to make way for Gouli or Kasparaitis to come in next year. So I'm favoring I like the other deal better. I like the Vegas deal. The Ottawa deal is still on the table, though. Let me know which one you like best in the comments, and also like and subscribe if you like what you see. This has been East Coast Gaming in year 5 of the Moncton Navigators franchise here, and I hope that you enjoyed the episode. Like, subscribe, like I said, comment, love those comments. East Coast Gaming signing out. Thanks for watching.